And welcome everybody to the Effect Podcast's epic stream of Coriolis, Mercy of the Icons. We're way ahead of our friend Millie, who's kind of only on chapter 6 or 7 of hers. I've stopped counting, but we're well over 30. I think we're heading towards 50 episodes. Who can tell? One thing I want to say before we carry on, if you're watching this live or you're watching in the next couple of weeks, I want to say it, but I want to say it just the once, Dave.
And I always think I ought to mute before I put the thing up, but yeah, I never learn. 50 episodes and I still haven't learned. Sorry, carry on, Matthew. Say it once.
But I will put a link in the show notes. I haven't done it yet, but on Bundle of Holding, they have just released two really cheap offers of Coriolis stuff. And if you extend it on the Bundle of Holding thing, you also get some Terrace on the Loop stuff, which isn't a bad deal. So I recommend that. Let's crack on, though. Who can tell me what happened last week? Because I didn't take any notes. I did take notes, but it's a way of getting you guys to talk to the audience and remind them of what was going on.
Somebody else want to go?
Me say what we...
No, I will if no one else will.
It does tend to be your job, Tone, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I thought somebody else might want to go.
Yeah, you need to do something useful during the episode, I guess.
He's your partner, Oshian. He's not your bloody Dr. Watson. Well, you're no Sherlock Holmes, I can tell you that. Or would have whizzed through the earlier part of this adventure in no time at all.
He's the brains, sweetheart.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, Tony, go ahead.
Sorry, Tony.
No, I don't believe you. I thought you were sorry. So last time, Oshian pummeled the Prophet's head in for... I'm not sure how good a reason that was. We went to a bar in the Mulakad region, the entertainment district, to try and track down the prophets, the 3 prophets of the Children of the Song. In that bar, we noticed that the singer in the bar was Althea, our Norse friend, who we knew from the time when we were trying to investigate the emissary's disappearance. Havima and the Prophet sat down. They had a chat with a stevedore guy called Alam, or something like that. I put a question mark. I wasn't really sure of his name.
I will check his name for you from my notes.
He told them that there was a vigil being planned at the Sanatorium at midnight, but suggested that there might be potentially some violence that might be kicking off.
Alam Shahood.
Alam Shahood, there you go.
Yes, he was trying to involve the Prophet with the 1 hit point in shenanigans.
Yes, Sokar was listening into that conversation, but because of his ability to smell when humans are lying, he basically detected that this guy was lying about something at least. Meanwhile, we spoke to Oshian and myself spoke to Althea after her set had finished. She was basically saying that the mystics are still, despite what happened and the mystics able to be more open, there were still some problems going on and potentially some mystics still being kidnapped. We asked her if she could get in touch with the prophets, these 3 prophets, to talk to them, which she agreed to do and called them, and they did respond to that, and so they were going to come and meet us in the very bar where we were sitting. That is where we left it, I think, as far as my notes say, anyway.
Yeah, I've got nothing else.
No, okay, yeah. So that was it. You're waiting for them to arrive. I think Althea is staying with you, and eventually, a little messenger boy comes in and asks at the bar, and somebody at the bar points out to Althea, and the boy comes to Althea and passes on a message, whispering in her ear, and then standing back waiting for something. And Althea turns to the 5 of you and says, Massar has asked that we meet him in a souk.
A specific souk or just a souk in general?
The boy will lead the way. I talked a little bit about how we have to work in private.
Yes.
I hope that you trust me enough to come with me. And she looks at each of you in turn.
I'll nod, yeah, so I'll definitely, I'm going to...
Likewise, yeah.
Okay.
So Kai, you've got any feeling about this?
Any sniffles about this?
It's very hard to smell anything when surrounded by so many lies.
Okay, valid point, I guess.
Well, that's not much use, is it, really? Because, I mean, obviously, if humans are just exuding lie, then how can, is it just lying? Yes, everyone's lying. Yeah, everyone's lying still. Still lying.
You see my problem now, surrounded by this all the time. It's not very wise to lie.
The boy waits. Are you picking up all your stuff?
Picking up the prophet off the floor, yeah.
He's perfectly capable of. If he's got 1 hit point, he can stand and operate normally.
Yeah.
And as soon as what about your capybara, Soccer?
Yes.
Hammy
Hammy the capybara. I forgot about Hammy the capybara. I didn't write him in my notes.
You did not, no.
No.
Although actually, I looked at my notes and I realised we didn't mention him at all in the last session. So he was
still
just
have
tucked under the table.
capybara. Still have capybara. It's good.
So we, as soon as you're ready, the boy runs off and takes you out for the Mulakad. Actually, I need to. What I didn't think is what the route is actually there. Give me a moment. Callers, give me a moment. Out from the Mulakad.
Is the souk where we're going? I'll ask Althea. Is it?
Do we know where we're going?
Close to the Sanatorium at all?
No, it's in the Market Plaza. So the Sanatorium is station north of here, and this boy is immediately taking you down to the central station of the tube line that goes out to the ring.
Does it look like there's anybody following us that, like more street urchins, or perhaps people trying to look like street urchins but really look like cops or something like that?
Is there an observation roll there that somebody can make for me? I suggest the prophet makes it, but other people might help him.
Yeah, I'll help.
I'll help, yeah.
I think we've said it. Oh, yeah, we're trusting her too. We're going along, but with the tension around, we are, I think, being wary and keeping an eye around.
Yeah.
In a reasonably high state of alert.
Okay.
So take a couple of extra dice.
Hey, Matt, just while that's going on,
Yeah.
remember how I connected the proximity sensors to the wall?
Yes.
Did I get anything back from that?
What were you looking for specifically?
I was looking for the resonance.
Yes. You found the resonance, but only that sort of low level feeling that is right across the station.
Yeah, but it's harmonized through the station structure, right?
Yes.
So the harmonics are coming through the station structure.
Yes.
Right. That's all I need to know.
Okay.
That was
so
one
what did you
success.
roll? Profit? Sorry, how many successes?
One.
Just one success. Well, you don't think you're being followed, no. But eventually, the boy takes you up the stairs to the central station, and you want to get a train station east, he says, to the Market Plaza.
Which souk are we going to, young fellow?
He names a souk in the Market Plaza that you are familiar with.
Right, okay.
It's the TGI Fridays of Coriolis.
Now, it is named after somebody or other, but I don't think that was important. Maybe that's my error.
One of many, I'm sure, Matthew.
Yes. Well, obviously, you're the best GM. Right. So, are you all getting on the train?
Yes.
I guess so. Well, yeah, I think everyone being a bit nervy has kind of got me even, more on edge again. Is there another way to get to this souk that would be equally quick?
That would be equally quick.
I mean, is there a walk? No, not equally quick though. But could you walk it in like 15 minutes? Whereas, like in London, you go on the tube and you'll do it in 10, but you could actually walk some of them in 15.
No, I think you have to get onto a tube. Oh, I don't know whether you have to. I'm sure there's maintenance stuff. But
So we're going from the core to a ring, though, aren't we?
we're going from the core to the ring, yes.
All right,
We
okay.
need to be on the tube.
So you need to go on the, just everybody goes on the tube. There probably are access ways of doing
I
it.
was just thinking if there's an obvious alternative route that if we're a bit worried that we're being followed or being set up, then we could take that instead of getting onto a moving metal can where we're all rather kind of sitting targets.
Right, spend my darkness points now. I'm only joking, mate.
I suppose we could take separate trains. If a certain group of people went and a portion of us hung back and then got on like the next train, we'd be following the followers, kind of.
We could do that.
Make some
Yeah.
sense.
How frequent are the trains?
Oh, they're kind of every 5 minutes or something like that. It wouldn't be too much of a delay if you wanted to do that.
That's probably worth doing.
So if we split up, then some of us die and some of us live. Is this plan?
Well, in the
we-
scheme of things, some of us will we'll all eventually die, of course, Soka. But
Or if we split up, half of us get attacked, beaten up, another half not get attacked and not beaten up? Not sure why we split up. Where split up makes sense. It's good to split forces before fighting enemy. Very famous tactic.
holding some in reserve, maybe, Soka? Is not...
Yes, because you can jump from one tube train to other to defend other team. It's very wise. I like this plan. I will go in third train. Providing extra...
I will go to Kua.
Yes. No, full of the little rat people. Terrible. But yes, I go in third train. No, I go with Havima. Havima makes sense.
He's got a point. If we were going to split up, maybe one of us go in the front car and some of us go in the back. I mean, it's not like we even know that something's going on. We could just get on the train and get over
we
there.
just go together, yeah. I do wonder whether we're turning what is a 5-second hand wave into a 30-minute extension.
It's okay. We can fill an hour and a half of the session here if we really want to.
Arguing over which train we get on.
Yes, I go with Havima. Havima, what train we catch?
Let's just get on the first one, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, let's all get on the first one.
Let's get on the first one.
This is dangerous tactic, but I like the bravery. Yes, very good. Good tactic.
I think there are probably some, like private cubicles, or is there like a bathroom
No,
thing?
it's pretty much like a tube train.
Okay,
It's
Soka
like
can't go and...
It's not the Orient Express, mate.
But Suka can't go and do his whatever he wants to do with his capybara.
Yeah. Should we go in go to the fine
Not on a
dining
train. No.
I mean, he could.
I mean, he could try. There may be repercussions.
What do you think I do with capybara? Capybara friend.
Okay.
Right.
Can
we
I-
moving?
Did we have a culture roll before to guess what Skavara did with capybara?
We
What
did,
can I-
did we? And did we fail?
Yes. Well, there was suggestion that maybe sometimes capybara not come back from visiting Skavara.
It might not be good for capybara. No.
Well, good, bad. It's a capybara. He's yummy. No, sorry. He's very friendly. Friendly capybara. Anyway, we
Is that
should
what-
get on train now. Let's go.
Is that what yummy
The
means?
train
in
has arrived
Skavara?
in the middle of this conversation.
Let's get on the train.
Boy gets on board and then is somewhat surprised that you don't immediately follow him.
No, I
We
get
do.
on board.
We do immediately follow him.
I follow Havima now.
What are you doing, Havima?
I'm getting on the train. And,
Excellent. Jolly good. So you're all on the train, on the same carriage of the train, or have you split up?
Same carriage. Come on.
Yeah, we go in the same carriage.
Yes, this wise.
Just keep eyes open. Be cautious and wary.
Right. Again, well, I guess it's a different environment. Do you want to see whether you're being followed?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
Cool.
I've got 7 dice. So.
I help.
Oh, good.
That's
Anybody else helping?
Yes, I'll help.
I can help.
Cool. Okay. Well, I get no successes on all those dice. I get one
Would you like
success.
to
I get one success on the 2 dice if it's a surprise attack coming.
no, there isn't a surprise attack coming. And
I'm not going to push. No.
okay. Well, you're a bit concerned that some of the people on this carriage are people you've seen before, but you couldn't really put a finger on where you saw them before,
Or whether I'm just being paranoid.
or whether you're just being paranoid. Because I'm ramping up the paranoia here, and that's my plan anyway. So yeah, incident-free journey to the Market Plaza stop, where you disembark, and the boy takes you down into Market Plaza.
Okay, let's follow him, I guess.
Okay, I'm just desperately looking up a name. He takes you into a souk in Jasmine Alley, and
It better be called Aladdin's.
let's name it now. It's Aladdin's souk in Jasmine Alley, and it is kind of maze-like. You enter via Jasmine's Alley. You go past a cantina called Fudela's, but then it sort of branches out in all directions, and there's everything being sold here. All sorts of small mammals, clothes. There's a barber service. All sorts of distractions, but you follow this boy through, and then he takes you into a fabric shop or a fabric stall. He suddenly swerves left in there. Do you follow him in?
Yes.
Yes, I'm
Yes,
following
sir,
it.
yeah.
Staying observant.
And
Check out for sneak attacks.
there's there's hangings all around this on display, sort of layered one on top of each other, but it looks like a dead end, and there's only the man selling the hangings there, but he recognizes the boy, and he pulls aside one of the hangings, and glimpsing through that, you see there's a bit of an alleyway, some storage boxes and stuff like that, but it opens out into what looks like a little tiny courtyard with a beautiful fountain in it. The boy goes through.
Yeah.
Yeah, you following here? In?
Yeah.
Nod to the guy that we go past who's holding the thing back for
And
us.
there was all this noise in the souk when you were going there, even though it's quite late at night. Aladdin Souk is famous for being a bit of a night market. But this is a moment of respite and calm. There is this fountain playing. It's lit, you can see, by a number of sugar globes in the water. So the light from the sugar globes is lighting the upstart of the fountain. Around this courtyard, you can see quite pleasant looking tall houses, 3-5 stories high. You imagine they're shared accommodation. There's a kind of balcony running around the middle of one. But there are doors on all sides. And in fact, the boy closes the door behind you that goes back to the alley. And this is a dead end. And the boy just leaves you there. Athena says, "Oh, I've been here once before." This is what I mean. We don't like the prophets keep on the move. It's too dangerous to bring them. And then one of the doors open, and I would like Oshian, Yaqub, and Soka to I think just make a wits roll.
Straight
Just-
wits.
Actually, I'll let Oshian and Yaqub. I'll let you make observation rolls, sort of retrospective observation.
Okay.
It's a sort of memory. You've seen this fellow before.
Two successes for me.
One success for me.
And I was just rolling wits, wasn't I?
Oh, unless you've got observation.
Yeah, I've got observation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make observation roll.
Okay.
I was going to make you all roll wits, but then I thought, no, actually, I'm going to count it as observation. It's
One
observation you did years ago.
One success.
One success. Okay, so so I think you all, Tony, you and Soka realise you've seen this fellow before, but only you, Dave, know where you saw him, and you saw him in what was called the Third Kingdom. Do I mean the Third Kingdom? In the cellar, Queen Enelda's place.
Third
Right.
set.
He was one of Queen Enelda's courtiers.
Hold on.
And she
Isn't
was
Queen
the-
Enelda trying to kill all? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. She was the one that we made a deal to kill Owl,
Yeah.
but then
So-
decided not to go through with it. And
When you were serving, you may have run messages or something there. This fellow may have been somebody you spotted.
was he an important functionary there, or was he just somebody we saw at her court?
Really, just somebody you saw. No, not somebody you kind of spoke to. He was
Right.
part of her court.
Right. Okay. Do I remember his name
No, I don't think you
for
do.
2 successes? No. Okay.
I don't think he was ever introduced to you, but I
Right.
think he might know who you are, and he comes for. Let me just see that. Actually, I'll test his wits. Oh, his wits is surprisingly low, and just give him one for observation. No. So he comes forward, and he doesn't recognise any of you. He greets you. Holds his hands together and bows deeply and say, our mutual friend, Althea, said you wish to meet me. I have asked for the others to come here as well. Come inside. I have prepared tea and some sweetmeats for you.
And Massar, I presume. Is that his name?
Massar, yes.
Massar.
Massar. So you want to? No. I think
It's
I
really
think you want
bad, but here.
Oshian stood
This has been a terrible misunderstanding.
yes, I think you want the the tent next door.
Is that door there? Yeah.
Massar, yes.
Not Massar.
Yes. I am Massar. Come inside.
Yeah, go
Yeah, we shall
inside.
greet him.
as we do. Havima's going to obviously do some pleasantries, but he will ask: Is it safe for the three of you to be coming to be in the same place right now?
We rarely meet, but when we have such honoured guests, and he puts his hand out to Oshian and Isipatha, as the very saviours of the third horizon, then we feel it is wise to come together. It is an honour, of course. But this is why you did not know where you were going to meet. And we have brought you here. There may be people who overheard the conversation that Althea had in the Mulakad that are sending their agents there even as we speak, but they will find nobody. Come, sit. And he ushers you into a room where there are low cushions to sit. Each one's got a small little side table. You can see on each of the tables there's a few sweetmeats, a baklava, a sort of nougat type almond paste, and at the moment some empty cups. But there's another table by where he's about to sit that has got I guess probably a bigger sort of teapot than this one. And he says, I've been expecting you. I have made rose tea.
So while all of this lovely human conversation is going on, Sokar will be using his proximity sensors to see whether he can detect whether there's any large groups of people moving towards us at any point in time.
Very well. Okay, so he's setting those up. Is he outside, or is that something he does?
Yes. So technically, it's just a sensor, right? But I've always assumed it's something he has to put around places. So
right,
he's doing what he does best, which is just fading into the background and slipping them around, because he actually wonders whether the humans might have trackers on them, because that would seem logical. So just in case.
Very good. I think you will notice that Massar notices you slipping unnoticed into the silence, but doesn't seem to be at all fazed by it.
Yes.
So you're all sitting down and taking tea.
I think so. I am anyway.
Kind of almost on cue, two other people appear, and I have the page out with them on, and I've just moved it looking for something else. Damn me and my stupidity. Right. So one of them is a man I don't think you've met before, and another one is obviously somebody who carries herself with a way that looks like she has been in the past very privileged, but she dresses in a way that looks like she's very much a plebeian.
Okay. Do they presumably come and join us?
Yes. And they sit down between you, and I've just done that in the wrong thing. That's me trying to do two things at once. I'll leave that answer.
And not managing either of them.
Yes. This is why producers are so
Producers useful. Yeah.
They sit down between you, and you'll notice that there's a space for Soka, but you notice that you are kind of evenly at one side. So Massar's got you, Oshian on one side, you, Yaqub, on the other side of him. Then these two newcomers have come in. The man sat next to you, Yaqub. The woman's sat next to you. And then the three of you, or rather, the two of you, Havima and the Prophet, are sitting on either side of the man and the woman, respectively. And there is an empty cushion where Soka should be sitting, but he is fussing around.
Well, maybe we'll put the capybara on Soka's chair.
It's a chill enough animal that it would probably find itself quite happily there.
Yes. I think I think it raises its head, wrinkles its nose, and sort of leans forward as though it's participating in the meeting. Because capybaras are so damn cute. That's why I made Soka.
Finally, we're going to get some incisive comment in this group.
That'd be funny.
So he says,
We're honoured that you trust us to come and meet us in person like this.
Indeed, yes.
I'm going to be honest with you and say that I'm not sure that we do trust you quite yet. You have yet to prove yourselves to us. I have seen you. The horizon has seen you sitting or embracing Captain Captain Kassar of the Zenithian hegemony. I'm not entirely sure that Zenithian hegemony loves the children of the song.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't necessarily believe everything you see in the media at face value, and naturally the reason that Yaqub and I and Havima, who was obviously a part in our adventures, the reason we were there in the first place was because what we did to try and protect the emissary and protect the mystics at that time.
As Althea will tell you, one of a very good family friend of mine was a mystic, and actually one of my main motivation in all the actions that we took that ended up with us being the heroes of the Third Horizon were driven by trying to help her and the other mystics who were being taken.
You see him kind of staring, or as each of you speak, all three of them have their attention directly focused on each of you. And in the end, Massar seems to nod a little, and then he turns to you, Havima, and says, so why should we trust you? And they all turn towards you. So
you might be good to have an answer to that question.
My friends, my leaders. I am a child of the song, though I am new to hearing it since I have come to Coriolis. I spoke directly with the emissary before they died. And I have been on a journey over these last segments to learn more, learn as much as I can about the icons, the emissaries. And so I've come back on this journey to Coriolis in order to find out more about what's going on and the rise of the children of the song, though it seems like connections with the Zenithian hegemony. It is more fortuitous for us in that sense than it is fortuitous for them. I am here I am on the side of the mystics. I am on the side of the emissaries.
And again, all three of them stare at you intently. And then Massar.
I will just chip in and say Havima
Mm.
was hugely helpful in us. We would never have succeeded in finding the emissary without Havima's help. You can trust Havima. We can vouch for him.
Very well. Then he turns to you, the prophet of Abraham, and he says, "And what of you?"
So, as they're doing, asking each person a question, did it seem like, as I'm looking at the different, the different prophets, is there one that seems a little bit out of sync, or, a faker knows a faker. This is basically his job back in the day. Does it seem like these guys are true believers, or is there somebody who's phoning it in?
Okay, do you want to make a manipulation roll?
Certainly. It is 8. That's 1.
They appear to be true believers, absolutely true believers.
Okay.
None of them are out of sync. When you've watched them observe the others, they seem to have focused their entire attention on them. You don't seem to be in their peripheral vision at all, but now their attention is focused on you, waiting for an answer.
Yeah. Well, what about you? Our brothers and sisters are, being taken, taken day and night. They're being held below the, they're being held captive and experimented on. All I hear is, peace and understanding. But why should we believe in you?
Right. Okay. I'm going to spend a darkness point.
Yeah.
And you feel them in your mind. Just going over your surface thoughts. And then they turn, they say, a cheater's going to cheat. And then they turn back to you, Oshian and Yaqub. Mm-hmm. And Massar says something which Havima should listen to as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that he slightly sings this. He says,
sorry, Matt, just before you do you want to change the camera view?
Oh, yeah. Let's get rid of Will there. He's been cast aside, out of their attention. A cheater's going to cheat. And then he says, time is short. Many seek your help. But remember that nothing is ever free. You'll be used by the rich and powerful until you've served your purpose. After that, you will be forgotten or simply disappear. If you are truly of the common people, come and find us. The children of the machine icon live among the stevedores and outcasts. We are the followers of the true emissary, the icon that never left. Seek the song, and you will find us. It's the first time you've heard that, Oshian and Yaqub.
My reaction there will be a twitch of recognition, but I'm going to try and play it straight.
We are here to help you. We're not here. You may see our current associations, but as Havima said, our associations as of now are entirely born out of circumstance and convenience, and no other reason. Both Yaqub and I, and the rest of our group have their own motivations for being here to help you. You can trust us.
Have you heard the
Sorry.
song of the machine icon?
Matt, just remind me quickly. It's been 3 weeks since we started doing this session. Havima has heard a little bit of it since he's come.
Yes, I think you heard those very words sung to you when I think you might have been some distance from you. That brought you back to Kua to join this mission.
Yeah.
But presumably
he's
we
asking
ha-
this of you and Oshian in particular. Sorry, Oshian and Yaqub rather than you, because you don't know what I'm looking at.
I haven't heard anything.
No, I don't think I have either.
How do you
No, I'm
answer,
gonna-
though?
Sorry, say again.
How do you answer?
I answer honestly. I say that personally, no, I have not.
We may not have been privileged to have heard that song as some of you clearly have been. That doesn't change our loyalty and reasons for being here.
If we can help you hear the song, then you will be able to work with us. Would you be prepared to take some opal and somebody comes in carrying a hookah, gently smoking, and enter into a seance with us?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely up for that. Yes, no problem.
Yeah.
I was going to save the world, but then I got high.
And it looks to you,
Should we
even
skip-
false prophets can be converted.
Yeah.
Shall we skip forward 10 years and we're all just basically being the dude out of the Big Lebowski? But we haven't moved from these chairs.
The space Nazis have taken over, but you're not.
Okay,
Um,
listen to the song.
Soka,
Yes.
Massar calls to you and says, even false prophets, even equilibri, and even, which is specifically to wind you up, and even you can
Even the
participate.
What about the capybara?
No, the capybara cannot.
I think we should get the capybara stoned anyway.
So I just
Yeah, because that'll be hilarious. A stone capybara will be.
I think a capybara could hold a hookah pipe, but
I'm not sure that sends the right message, but sure,
No, probably
Um,
not.
No, not
Okay.
saying that, actually.
Already heard song. Listen, I hear song. Don't need to hear song anymore. You're very weird people. Is this necessary?
it is necessary.
Is they going? Are they doing smoke? Points at Oshian and Yaqub. Are you
And
two?
who
You
directing the
smoking?
question to?
Yes,
Ah, you.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I am. Yes.
I am.
This is- Okay.
Soka, do you smell something in this smoke that we ought to
Lots of
be aware of?
drugs. It's very
No,
small.
I'm trying to be subtle here.
You
Too
want
subtle for a bloody giant rat.
First time in whole time I know you. Sorry, I was not prepared for subtle.
Are you talking in character, which is about a day, or for real life, which is I'm not sure how long? No, don't answer that one, Thomas. There's no good answer to that.
Sokar, I don't think. Yep. So Sokar just sits at the chair because he's surrendering. Basically, he could do a whole stack of complex things at this point, but he's decided the humans are suicidal, and that's the end of the story.
I
really.
noticed actually you've taken your seat 6 minutes ago, so you're in your seat.
Yeah. I did displace the capybara, but no one noticed because he's a Skavara. No one knows what the Skavaras do. Anyway, yes.
You next to the capybara, Skavara.
Exactly. Same size, furry.
Very similar.
Very similar. Very similar. Same face. Long, pointy face. Am I sitting next to the prophet? Where am I?
You are sat between the prophet and Havima.
He's good. He's bad. He's good. He's bad. Okay. Yes. Okay. I smoke. Yeah. Whatever. You give me smoke. I smoke. You do weird things with your song. I do weird things with song. Whatever.
As someone who has heard the song, do I need to partake or can I abstain?
You should partake.
Okay.
You've not heard. The seance will reveal truths to you that I cannot predict.
There's a third verse that I haven't heard yet. Okay.
Yeah, it's when the song hits the pickup track and you start hearing the words backwards.
I haven't hit the drop yet.
There's a different set of lyrics by Timmy Mallet. That's what we're going to hear.
Okay.
As long as it's not Tiny Tim, we're all good.
And right now, I need to be kind of swift on here, but let me describe what is happening. You are each given the hookah pipe, and the opor is topped up. Massar starts the singing. It's a very sleepy sort of tune. At some point, after you have each partaken of the hookah pipe, Massar reaches out and holds each of your hands, Oshian and Yaqub, and you feel a slight connection as he does so. To either side of you, the woman on Oshian's side and the man on Yaqub's, they take your other hand and hold out a hand to the prophet and to Havima.
Let's all hold hands.
Yes, you all holding hands?
Yes.
Yeah. We're going along with
each time
whatever.
that you touch the hands, and Havima, between you and the prophet is Skavara. Are you offering hands to him as well?
I am.
And what is the Skavara's response to being offered a hand?
Oh, well, I've actually made Havima my buddy, so I will take Havima's hand because they're the only sensible one. So I've decided hanging my hat on that. I will actually no. Look, I'll join up. Kumbaya. Let's do this.
And as the circle is complete, which is a fabulous episode of our podcast, which you should see on our stream. As the circle is complete, there is a kind of, you all lose focus of everything outside the circle. It seems that each of your faces are lit up. The song carries on, and now you realize that the other two prophets are harmonizing with Massar, and it's very difficult to stay awake. As you look around the circle, the only fixed points are Massar and the other two prophets. If you look across to any of your friends, their faces seem to be shifting or hidden. And all sorts of faces that you don't recognize, and yet you do recognize start appearing around the circle. And I'm just going to give you a few images of that sort of enter your mind when I can find them. Oh, except what happened to them? Where have they gone? Bollocks. Where are they gone? Give me a moment.
We had too much, guys. We're losing it.
can't find the pictures. This is where the
going bad. The trip's going bad.
I can see the capybara going through all your pockets, guys. He's robbing us. He's making off with your gun, Yaqub. He's going to blow soccer away for starters.
As you look across, you can see that one of your compatriots, and this is all of you, you're all seeing this, so I'm not going to be specific about who's seeing what, but you can see that one of your compatriots harbors a hidden love for another one, and you can see that other one now is a pilot. And as you look at that pilot, you can see that she was fraudulent. She'd faked her family tree and actually has no Zenithian heritage at all. And then you turn and you see that the analyst knows about the lost system Shinda in the quadrant of the pillar. And all these words might mean nothing to you, but you know them with a certainty. You know that Alam Danya is an orphan. She doesn't know about her family and tends to lie about her upbringing. She was born on the streets, and after running away from several foster families, she ended up living on the streets near one of the temples. And you know that Faisal worked as a research assistant on Gyan 5. There are rumors of an accident. And these are people that you see around you. You try and navigate your way out of the dream, but you just get deeper and deeper into it. You know that you all work together, but not here on Coriolis, but on a station somewhere else, near a gas giant. And everything's getting very confused. And you search for your own identity. You try and hold on to yourself. Can everybody make a wits roll, please?
And presumably we can't push this?
No, wits rolls you can't, or pure stat rolls you can't push.
No successes.
No successes.
No successes.
One success.
Do ones mean anything in this? Or is,
No.
Ones don't mean anything in this.
Okay, then yeah, just two successes then, and no.
Okay.
Nice.
So 2 successes. Did any of that ring true?
Didn't seem like it, did it?
It all felt very, very true.
Yeah, maybe not true for me as far as the specifics, of the people who.
Right, I am going to send that. I'm going to send that to you. Give me a moment. Oh no, I can't send it direct this way. I will, photos. Just realised where it might have gone. No, it haven't. Okay. What's going on here? It's not. Sorry for this error. Right. So if you check out your Discord private channel, you will find. Oh, there they are now. There they bloody are. Okay. You will find an image of a new character sheet.
Do I get one for having one success as well?
Yes, you do. You get a bit of a choice. Did any of those glimpses and secrets that you heard resonate with you?
Yes. The Faisal one, because that's the one that I can remember the name.
Okay. I'm just about to send that one to Will. That's not what I'm going to do.
Okay.
No, that Faisal I'm sending to you. I just still in Will's chat. So you'll find that on your Discord. Right. And then to the rest of you around there, Havima seems to have become, or Havima and the Prophet seem to have become women, fixed. Their face is now permanent. And Havima seems to be a very well-dressed woman, and the Prophet seems to be a woman in a jumpsuit. But still, these weird messages are flooding your brain, and you're still picking up weird sort of facts, like you know you are here to secure the arrival of the emissaries. It is your mission to make it so. You are here to fix things. You are a hard-working technician. You hate Faisal, and you look at Havima with anger, and wants nothing more than to discredit them. Again, roll the three of you remaining. Roll wits.
I get 2 successes this time.
Still none.
Right?
Still none.
Okay, so from those things, does any of that resonate with you, Yaqub?
I'm not sure. I think I'm a bit confused.
Right. Well, you're confused. You're allowed to be. I'm going to send you one though. Anyway, give me a moment.
Whether you like it or not, Tone.
Yes, well, I'm going to randomly send them to each of you now. Let's just go this way. Where's you, Tony? Come on. Faisal, I'm going to send you that one. I'm going to send where are you, Dave? I'm going to send you, hold on, that one. And I am going to send, where are you, Thomas? Where is your... I might have to...
Okay.
I just pinged you on Discord.
Yeah, thank you. I just found you. I'm going to send you that one. Right. And you are on a research station. And could you tell us and the audience who you all are? William, starting with you.
Let's see.
And just to clarify your question on text, you are also you are the prophet of Abraham, but you are sort of wearing this person. It's like we're role playing this,
like a fiction suit.
like a fiction suit, an apt term.
Okay. Let's rock the invisibles up in here. All right. I'm Layla Hatami, shuttle pilot.
Havima.
Faisal Khan, a scientist.
Excellent. Who got theirs first? Yaqub, you got yours first. Who are you?
I am Harish Verma. I'm an archaeologist.
Terrific. Dave?
I'm Alam Dania. I'm a technician. Please no, don't use it that way. I can just let me get my tools, please.
Excellent. And finally, Soka. This is really weird for you because you are now a human being.
You've been
And
promoted,
you smell
Soka.
all wrong.
You've been promoted.
Yep, this is exactly why I hate humans. So I am Yurug Khalit. And
sorry, yeah, interesting. Said those randomly, but yeah, gotcha.
And I am a child of the Mogul fleet who spends most of his time working as an analyst.
Very well. And you are all on a station, and that station is orbiting the gas giant Xene. It is the Foundation Station 7. And as things sort of come into focus, the room you were in has disappeared. There's no opal pipe. There are no prophets. There are just the five of you. But you stand at a hatch waiting for the doors to come sliding down and for a very important guest to appear. And if you saw the thumbnail picture, I'll hold it up here because I should have. I probably.
Nice.
Let me just see if I can share a file.
So we are conscious of our actual personalities inside this.
Yes.
We are inside the minds and spirits of these people.
Yes. So you can play as yourselves, but you're role playing yourselves, role playing
somebody
some
else.
other people.
I'm just a dude
do I
pretending to be a dude disguised as another dude.
Exactly.
It's simple.
Do we realize? Do we recognize that the others around us are our comrades here?
Probably.
Okay. And do we recognize any of the names? Is there have we gone back in time or something to a moment that was important? Can I have a culture roll to remember any of these
let's
names?
just ask all the players. Can they remember anything about a station on Xene?
No, but Dave's new character looks familiar to Havima. If I'm getting this right, because I know what you've done, and I think I've got this detail right. So I'm excited about this.
Right. Okay.
So have we gone back? Have we gone back to the moment where the emissary appears for the first time?
You may have gone back to that moment where the emissary appears for the first time.
So presumably, it's a bit like the first man who walked on the moon. Everybody must know the name of the people who met the emissary the first time.
Not necessarily.
No, okay.
As events will show you.
Right.
So yes, no, people weirdly don't know about these 5 names that you have heard. You now have. They do know, I think, probably Jaruma. And maybe I can tell you a little about what you've heard from Jaruma, about Jaruma. Well, tell you what, make a technology roll, not a...
Using which character sheet?
Dave, you can make a technology roll using Dave's character sheet, but you are.
As
I
Oshian,
will be immersing you further and further during the adventure into your cover characters, as it were.
Okay.
But right now, in this state,
is she better than me at technology? Yes, she is. I should roll as her, but yeah, okay. That's
okay.
fine.
Roll as her. That's fine.
No,
Accept
no,
your fate.
I'm happy because I rolled 3 successes as me.
Right, for 3 successes, you have heard that Jaruma is a scientist, which is going to who's discovered what was called the Jaruma pattern, named after her, obviously, and you are part of a scientific installation which is going to measure the fluctuating magnetic field and electromagnetic patterns of the gas giant Xene. You also recognize that this was scheduled for Coriolis cycle 58, so it's a few years ago now, about 4 years ago now. And the person you have heard is Jaruma Had Pelleter. And she had discovered an artifact around Izar, which emitted an energy pattern only previously seen in the fields forming and collapsing around stars. And these are something to do with the patterns of portal jumps. So this is a scientific expedition to try and measure the patterns here around Xene.
Right.
Yes, but Jaruma is about to arrive, and you might be in your new character quite excited to meet with her.
I think I'm quite nervous actually, and I'm not sure that as Alarm Dania, I'm not sure I'm up to the task. I'm a bit.
You might not be because she's a lot cleverer than you. And this has all caught you off guard because you were expecting them tomorrow, but they have arrived today. So the doors open, and a group of 5 legionnaires come out, and they form up with another group of 3 guards in front of the airlock doors. And then Jaruma Had Pelleter comes marching out of the shuttle. And if I can see if I can share the screen, give me a moment. No, that's not what I expected.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to change my name in this position. Because I was going to, but
the 3 dots above your little camera outside of the screen, down the bottom.
Okay, that's that.
Oh, yeah, looking in the wrong place. Thank you very much.
And this is Jaruma Had Pelleter. She walks in dressed in gold and bright red, followed by a more conservatively dressed research assistant. Her stern face is covered with the white paint of Zenithian nobility. She greets you, Faisal, and asks after your health.
Jaruma, it is a pleasure. I am well. I'm very well, all things considered. I'm excited to have you here, even a day earlier.
Schedules are. I don't think I'm early. And she turns to the rest of you and says, "There will be no more delays. We go active now. I don't want any excuses. In 1 hour, we will launch." Now, Dave, you're particularly worried by this. You don't think we're ready to go in 1 hour.
Can I clarify? What are we launching?
So you are going to be launching a number of probes that are going to more accurately
into Xene.
Yes, into the gas giant.
Right. But I don't think we're ready for that.
You don't think the probes are properly calibrated. You were relying on the next 24 hours before she arrived to do all this. You said you were doubtful. You're even more doubtful now.
It would be very useful to have the 24 hours that we were expecting to finalize calibrations to make the most of this exercise. If we go too early, we risk not making the most of this. But obviously that's just my humble opinion as the technician working on the probes.
Her eyes kind of move over you, not acknowledging that you've said anything at all. And then she turns to you, Yorug, and says, "Is everything calibrated?"
Can I just ask an out of character
what voice
question
am I
for a
gonna do
second?
then?
Yeah, no, that I've worked out. I've actually spent 5 minutes thinking about that.
Smell.
Sorry, yeah.
So is Sokar able to exert control over the actions of the person, or is he a passenger on the person?
You can exert control.
Okay. So what was the question again?
Is everything calibrated?
This will be an interesting experience. But yes, it is all calibrated. We can run the machines.
We can run them, but they won't work very well. I mean,
the icons will speak to us through the machines and bless their movement through the giant.
Rug, I respect. I wholeheartedly respect your professionalism and your judgment, but we're going too early, I think, on this.
We're
Jaruma
absolutely
turns to
ready.
you, Faisal, and says, "Can you not keep your team in order?"
I am so sorry, Jaruma. Is it Aram or Alam?
Alam. Oh, it's Alam, not Aram. Yeah, I'm typing.
Alam, know your place. This is Jaruma had Paliter.
I'm a technician. I mean no disrespect. I'm just offering my advice about making the most of this opportunity. We don't want to waste it. I respectfully have to express my opinion, but you're obviously entitled to ignore my opinion if that is your wish, your judgment. I don't want to get in. I don't want to get in the way of you great people doing what you do. I just felt obliged to make my point that waiting 24 hours would be good.
And yet you keep talking.
I'll begin pre-flight checks. We could absolutely leave. We could begin right away,
Excellent.
as directed. So I can do a snap
Obviously,
turnaround
Faisal,
and walk off.
you know that the hardware needs to be stabilized and set to the right configuration, which requires somebody to make a technology roll. The arrays on Zine require remote calibration, which will require a datagen roll. And the exact order of activation is defined with a science roll. Who are you going to ask to do those jobs? Obviously, Layla is headed off towards the shuttle to do pre-flight checks.
Well, Alam, the technology role. What's your what's your technology role look like?
I'm highly skilled in technology, datagen, and science.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure there are others better than me. But
Can I get some numbers on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm very good at datagen.
Yeah.
I'm actually your analyst, so that's my official position on the crew.
Of course. So you're on data analysis, datagen. Alam, you're on what was it? It was science and technology with the
technology and science. Yeah, I'm very, very good at technology, and I'm not much behind that on science.
Okay. I'll get you to do technology, and I will do the science.
Okay.
Thank you kindly.
Matthew, as Oshian, am I able to piece together what event this is building towards?
Well, you've already. Is
it just going to be the arrival
of the?
Yeah. Okay. So there's not some big bad event that saw Station 7 get destroyed or something.
Well, now you remember it. There was some sort of disaster on Station 7. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're on Station 7 with
yes.
aren't we? Yeah. Okay. So that's.
What was that disaster?
The arrival of the emissaries.
Was it hard done by and bullied junior female technician who then decided to pull the plug and blow the place up?
No. As I say, you haven't got a database, but your memory doesn't remember any of these icons, any of these characters.
Was that a Freudian slip there?
No, nothing at all. Any of these, I just was reading the word icon in the book here. None of these characters are. Were there any news stories about? So none of you, as far as you know, were to blame for what went on,
or made the news at least. Okay. Yes, sir. I will, of course, do what you instruct me to.
Okay, so I am going to make you. Those of you who've been done. Who's doing the technology roll?
That would be me.
Okay, do that with a -1.
Okay. Do I get tools or anything to go with this?
Yeah. What do you have on your tool pack?
Advanced tools, biomonitor. Yeah. Okay. And this is to what? Prepare the probes for launch, is it?
Yes. This is this is to prepare these probes that are here.
Okay. As Oshian, I'm kind of desperate to work out more. Can I try? Oh, I don't have. Can I try her datagen for me to kind of get information about actually what all this is about, whilst I'm pretending to be doing this technology role?
Okay, but I'll give you a -2 to both those rolls.
Okay, that's fine. So her datagen is 7, so that's 5.
And there's already a -1 on the technology roll. So
on the technology roll
to that one.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to push the datagen roll because as Oshian, I'm really key. This is an insight into
Okay,
these events
but
that
can
I will
also.
I will.
Thank you for the darkness point, but can I also make you lose a mind point?
Okay, where are we? Okay, let me just jot that down. Okay, so I will push that, and I get 2 successes this time. So that was the pushed data gin roll of me taking over her for Oshian to try and find out more about what's going on.
Yes, I'm understanding that. And her mind is now weaker for that.
Yeah.
Right, what can I tell you? Yeah, you're part of a team contracted to install and oversee an experiment known as the Jaruma pattern. You're all kind of overwhelmed by the idea that Jaruma is had Pelota is meeting you, is coming to oversee the thing. This is right. Yes, so I'll read this bit to you. Actually, this makes a lot of sense. 2 years ago, Chief Scientist Jaruma had Pelota, Chief Scientist of the Foundation, and her crew of the science vessel Gaian 5 made an extraordinary discovery. Their destination, the distant system of Ereku at the far reaches of the Algol trade route, home to the mysterious artifact known only as the Web of Izar, a hexagonal structure of unknown origin forming a cage of light-bending blackness around the small planet of Izar. The result of their journey, sensor data of a mysterious energy pattern emanating from the structure. The Web of Izar had awoken from its long slumber. So, your scientists, recruited by the Consortium's research branch, the Foundation, stationed at the research station FS7, which is in orbit around the gas giant Xene. You are, well, as far as all the records on here say, you're overseeing the mining and prospecting operations in this area of Kuan space. The nearby moons, Eod, Santier, and the foremost Calest, are all rich in minerals. But for the last Coriolis cycle, you have been focusing your efforts on placing probes and installations in the dense atmosphere of the gas giant itself.
And was that... Yeah, okay. What? Fine. That's cool. Thank you. Right, shall I make the technology roll then?
Yep.
Okay.
-3, remember.
Yep, +2 for my tools.
Yep.
Yep. And I get 3 successes with that.
Excellent. Okay.
Lambdas, yeah.
Good, solid work there. Nothing's going to go wrong. Right. Data gin. I need somebody to do a data gin roll now.
That'd be Thomas when he's back. He's
on the phone. I'll tell you what. Oh, are you back, Thomas?
Yeah, just give me 1 sec, guys. Sorry.
Okay, let's go on with the science roll.
Yeah, science. I can do that.
Okay.
I mean, I said
again, it's -1.
Science,
just because of the stress of Jaruma standing over you.
Yeah, right. How very dare she?
Yeah, come on, Faisal, don't fuck it up.
I just
after you gave me such a hard time
with your boss standing there.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, not a single success. I'm going to push that.
Okay, take a mind point of damage as well, though, to your character.
Okay. 1 success.
Right. You're worried that you haven't necessarily got the order of activation entirely right, but this looks like the best you can do.
Yeah.
Should have let me. Should have let me do it, boss.
Hey, there you go. Sorry, guys.
That would have been at -4, Dave, if you were doing 3 things at the same time. Can we get you to make a data gin roll with
Yes,
your
can
new
you-
character skill?
Just to confirm, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Here, who?
Sorry. Funny. So, can I just ask a really important question? I need to clarify something,
Yeah.
and I'm sort of giving the game away by asking it, but I think anyway. My intent is for this to take as long as possible.
Right. Sorry. This roll to take as long as possible, or the whole process to take as long as
The whole process to take as long as possible.
And whose intent?
And that is Yaqub's intent.
Okay.
No, Sokar had his way. He'd just make this finish now because he's distinctly unsettled. All right, so Yaqub will make a data gen roll. However, I am seeking to actively disrupt the successful implementation of the devices and make it go as long as possible. So I'm actually doing the opposite of what I appear to be doing. And my data gen roll is about concealing that.
Right, okay.
And I'm going to push that because I got absolutely no successes.
Take a mind point as well.
Yep.
This is stressing you out.
2 successes.
2 successes. So,
Yeah.
You are let me get this right. You are successfully doing the job, but making it take as long as possible.
Yeah.
Right. How long are you wanting to delay it?
Whatever I think is feasible. So, how long would it normally take? There's a better question. How long would it normally take me to do this?
You've stretched it out. You've got Havima tapping her boot by you as you're checking everything again. You are making a big play of making sure, you like my father-in-law, measure 4 times before you cut sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You're doing all of that. And she isn't furious with you. She's being patient because she knows you're following protocol, stuff like that.
Yep.
But there is a point where you're going to have to say that it's ready.
Okay. Well, when I reach that point, it appears to be ready.
Right. Jaruma then goes to a console and enters the initialization code. And all the tabulars and the holograms light up. At first, there is nothing, but then a set of frequency patterns blinks into existence, one for each quadrant of Xene. They are mapped to replicate the pattern from Izar. Graphs detail any deviations, and none of them has currently hit the right frequency. Everyone holds their breath, too nervous to speak. But after a painfully long period of nothing, suddenly one of the quadrant readouts changes and gradually falls more in line with the pattern. The long period of stress and hard work has panned out. You can all breathe a sigh of relief. But I'm studying a darkness point. One of the other sensory arrays down on Xene suddenly deactivates.
Is that the one that Capybara was controlling?
You've had dreams of a capybara, but last night you were sure there was a capybara here in a cage in a meeting, but there isn't a capybara on FS7.
No, it's down on the probe.
Can we hear the harmonics of the signal?
No, or rather, sorry, I'm anticipating your question. Yes, there's probably a thing where you can turn the harmonics on. It's not something you recognize.
Right, and it's not similar to the Machine Icon song.
No.
Right. Okay. Cool.
That's what I was saying.
What do we need to do to reactivate the probe?
Did that happen because it wasn't properly calibrated?
Yeah, shame we rushed it.
Oh,
Isn't it?
spiky.
If we hadn't rushed
Who's
it,
making a data gen roll to try and diagnose it?
Oh, I guess I should.
Can I try to get us closer beforehand to?
Click.
You may be needed shortly. Actually, Layla.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There are atmospheric disturbances that have blocked the signal.
There appear to be atmospheric disturbances that block the signal. In my best Sigourney Weaver voice.
Will, I'm just sending you a message in deep space. No,
in Morse code.
I'm with Bruce.
What's Bruce saying now?
Maybe the capybara has taken the role of arrived.
It's the emissary. The capybara is the emissary.
Is the emissary.
And he's really pissed off with Stoker.
This is like the dog endings of the Silent Hill games, where the final scene is the character walking in on a dog who's been behind everything the entire time.
Yeah, exactly. You pull the thing back, and it's the capybara of Oz. Damn. This capybara joke's going to have to get old eventually, isn't it? But
All right, listen. Run your diagnostics. I'm going to go check on the heat shielding. If we need to get close to that thing, I want to make sure that we don't burn up or get sucked into a terminal orbit. So I'll be right back. And I head to wherever I keep my drones.
For that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm guessing that Layla needs to take the Opor to chill things down.
Canberra
the Canberra.
is what
Okay.
She has an addiction to.
Speed things up. All right.
Yeah. You feel that you might be required flying, and you want to be on tip-top condition.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, it's just gone 10 o'clock, so I think we should leave it there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And return shortly, or in a week's time. John, do you think you could cut out everybody's character sheets from the Emissary Lost book and send them a proper PDF character sheet, which will probably be easier to manipulate? They're just. I mean, those.
I'm all right with this, frankly.
I'll make PDF. I'll make proper character sheets of these. I think I've already got them lying about.
Okay, have you? Oh, cool. Okay.
Because
so,
like I said, I see what you've done. I really like it.
Well, it was a thing. It's an idea I had. I started this campaign when we were physically together, or not before that, with my local shop, and I'd got a really weird great group to play with, and I thought at some point one of them had the seance skill, and I was gonna make it so one of their seances went wrong and they all got sucked into this, and that's how they played A Song for Jeruma. And I thought that's a really good idea, and I wasn't able to ever use that because I had to do some PhD stuff, and the campaign never happened. And then I thought, but I could do it. So we're doing it. We're doing it that way. It's a bait and switch. I'm sorry, guys, but you are now stuck into A Song for Jeruma for the next 3 weeks.
That is fantastic. Excellent.
No, it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's a nice switch. It's a nice
Yeah,
switch.
no, I'm enjoying it. It's good.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, we shall return in a week's time. Let's say goodbye to all our
for watching, everybody, and see you next week.
See you.
I'll just say bye all on the text as well. Bye all. And There we go. End broadcast.